The new C300 is a compact luxury sedan that smartly blends performance and refinement around a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder, making roughly 255 horsepower and delivering nimble handling and confident acceleration. Whether you pick the sport or the luxury variant, that same fundamental powertrain gives the C300 a pleasing mix of everyday usability and enough shove to keep highway merges and backroad runs lively. But the way that shove is packaged and felt depends heavily on the trim-specific tuning and equipment. The sport-flavored C300, often presented as AMG line or Sport line depending on market, emphasizes a firmer, more engaging chassis setup, sportier exterior aero and wheels, and interior cues that telegraph a performance bias. Think more aggressive bumpers and side skirts, larger multi-spoke wheels, a flat-bottom steering wheel, brushed metal trim, sport seats with stronger side bolstering, and often an available sport suspension that tightens body control and quickens turn-in. These features make the Sport C300 feel sharper in corners, deliver a more connected steering experience, and visually read as the coupe-minded driver-centric choice if you crave engagement. By contrast, the luxury line or exclusive variant leans into classic Mercedes refinement. Chrome accents, more understated and elegant bumpers and grille treatments, softer suspension tuning for a plusher ride, and interior materials and stitching patterns oriented toward comfort and visual sophistication. The luxury C300 is the one to pick if you prioritize a velvety motorway ride, quieter isolation over potholes, and an interior atmosphere that reads traditional high-end Mercedes rather than track-inspired sportiness. On paper, the two trims sometimes share many mechanicals and options, but the differences in wheel and tire sizes, suspension calibration, and cabin trim materials make the day-to-day experience notably different. The Sport will reward spirited inputs with flatter cornering and livelier steering feedback, while the luxury will reward long stints and calm urban commuting with a more composed, cushioned demeanor. Beyond ride and handling, aesthetics are a real deciding factor. The Sport's aggressive visuals, AMG-style bumpers, side skirts, and wheels give a younger, more athletic stance that photographs and videos extremely well for a YouTube audience, whereas the luxury's restrained finishes and chrome detailing convey exclusivity and class. Both approaches are valid, but they speak to different buyer identities. Inside, the C-Class platform showcases a dramatic step forward over older models with widescreen digital displays and a cockpit that can feel almost S-Class inspired at a glance. Soft-touch surfaces, layered ambient lighting, and available Burmester audio and higher trims elevate both sport and luxury variants, though luxury line cars sometimes include more traditional wood and warmer trim options, while sport line cars showcase dark aluminums and carbon look motifs. Tech and safety are broadly consistent across trims. Advanced driver assistance packages, large central displays with MBUX, smartphone integration, and digital instrument clusters are common. But certain convenience items like surround view cameras, upgraded audio, and advanced parking assists can be optional or included depending on the trim level and packages you choose. So if you want every electronic convenience, you may need to compare standard equipment lists carefully. Practicality is another angle. Rear seat space in the C300 is respectable for the class, but not cavernous. Tall adults will manage short to medium trips comfortably, and trunk space is competitive for compact luxury sedans. The luxury variant's softer suspension sometimes improves perceived rear seat comfort for passengers, while the Sport's firmer setup gives passengers a slightly firmer ride impression under abrupt inputs. Fuel economy for the Turbo 4 is competitive in class, and unless you opt for heavy wheels and sticky tires on an AMG line package, you shouldn't see dramatic differences in real-world consumption between the two trims. Ownership considerations matter too. Sport trims with stiffer suspension, larger wheels, and lower profile tires can lead to a firmer ride and slightly higher costs for tire replacement or wheel repair if you frequently encounter rough city pavements. Luxury trims trade some of that edge for longer-term comfort and possibly lower running cost friction for urban owners. When evaluating infotainment and ergonomics, the C-Class's MBUX system is powerful, with voice control and over-the-air updates that keep the software feeling current. but touch-based controls and menus can be a bit dense at first. Both sport and luxury cars benefit equally from these digital conveniences, so pick the trim that matches your interior aesthetic preference rather than as a means to get more technology, unless a specific package is included. In terms of braking and chassis balance, reviewers generally praise the C300 for composed handling and articulate steering. The Sport or AMG line adds sharper responses and more communicative brakes in some optional performance packages, but some testers have noted that sporty pedal tuning can be a little odd in certain configurations. So if you plan spirited driving, test the exact wheel, tire, and suspension combo you intend to buy, because that can materially affect pedal feel and braking modulation. Safety and driver aids are a win across the board. The C-Class comes with modern suites of active safety tech and available higher-level driver assistance bundles that make highway driving more relaxed, particularly with adaptive cruise and lane-keeping enhancements. These systems are often available as part of packages, rather than tied strictly to sport versus luxury badging, so you can have a well-equipped safety set on either trim. Pricing is where the choice often crystallizes. Because the Sport adds visual trim and sometimes sport chassis hardware, it generally commands a premium relative to a similarly equipped luxury model, but the real cost difference depends on options. AMG line packages, wheel upgrades, and larger brakes add up quickly, while luxury cars with premium leather, wood trims, and Burmester audio can close or even overtake that gap. In practical recommendation terms, choose the C300 Sport or AMG line if you want a visually aggressive car that encourages dynamic driving, sharper steering, and a sporty soundtrack, and you don't mind sacrificing a touch of ride suppleness for handling thrills. Choose the C300 Luxury if your priority is composed comfort, classical Mercedes elegance, a softer long-distance ride, and interior finishes that favor warmth and understated refinement. Ultimately, both trims deliver the core strengths of the C-Class: a premium cabin, modern tech, confident turbocharged power, and strong brand cachet. So the triage comes down to whether you want your compact Benz to shout athleticism or whisper classic luxury. Either way, you'll get a compelling car. But if you're making a purchase, do a side-by-side test drive over varied roads to feel the suspension, inspect the cabin trim up close, compare the included options, and weigh the ownership implications of wheel and tire choices before deciding. Because the same tires and suspension that make the Sport sing on a twisty road may make it feel too firm on urban streets, while the luxury's softer tuning can make long commutes and passenger comfort its clear advantage.